Good morning, everyone. Yes, any doubt about the last lectures? We have solved the example and we have seen the second version of a Euler-Lagrange's theorem. You are not having internal test today, no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, any doubt about the last lecture, Euler-Lagrange's equation? We have seen the example for that, and then we have seen the second version of Euler-Lagrange's equation. Yes. Anyone having any doubt related to the example, related to theorem, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go for the next point, that is third version of a Euler-Lagrange's theorem. Yes, everyone getting me what I told you? समजते का जे काही लेक्चर मध्ये सांगते मी about the classical mechanics. Yes, any problem for my teaching? Yes, you can speak anything if you are having any problem about my teaching, about syllabus content, about you can say that you are not covering whole points in a unit like this. Any problem if you are having, you can discuss with us. समझते हैं ना क्लासिकल मैकेनिक्स
Yes, ma'am.
हो का नहीं
Yes,
सब्जेक्ट
ma'am.
awkward है सब्जेक्ट डिफिकल्ट है या फिर मेरा टीचिंग नहीं समझ में आता है एनीथिंग यू वांट टू स्पीक
Subject.
हेलो यस विशाखा yes anyone having a problem you can discuss with us why I'm asking you because if there is some problem uh, we can eliminate this no already one chapter is completed अगर आप पूरा 4 यूनिट होने के बाद बोलेंगे तो तब हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते ना कि whether you are not explaining definition you are not explaining the example जास्त घेत नाही किंवा theorem समजून सांगत नाही any type of a doubt if you're having for my teaching you can tell हाँ you cannot tell that you don't speak in Marathi because मुझे मराठी उतना नहीं आता है जितना आता है उतना ही सफिशिएंट है आई थिंक सो यस if you are having any doubt you can ask me about teaching about a syllabus about a subject whether you are doing your scilab practicals अपलोड करतायत का मौन व्रत है का सबका आज
हाँ मैम करते हैं अपलोड
ओके येते का सॉल्व करायला वर्कटेक्स मध्ये
यस मॅम
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
as any other problem about my teaching about syllabus, about the subject classical mechanics. We have seen up to whole first unit, no? That's why I'm asking if you're having any doubt. So we can eliminate this in the next one so that you will not have any doubt. Because sometimes it happens that students are having a problem and they tell us at the end, that is after completion of whole first year and second year at the send off they are saying that we don't understand the English so instead of saying at that time, you can say long also. It was happened in our class that I think my juniors was there. So one of the student told that at the send off day, he said that he is not able to understand because of He is from some village background, and we mostly villages में उतना ज़्यादा इंग्लिश वगैरह उतना नहीं टीचिंग होता है ना. मोस्टली वी टीच इन मराठी लैंग्वेज, आवर ओन language में teaching होता है. So he said that we were not understanding anything. So at that stage we cannot do anything after the completion of whole second year, first year, second year होने के बाद send off के दिन. So if you're having any doubt, you can tell, because we can eliminate those at the earlier stages, because already we have completed one unit. I hope you are now familiar with my teaching, with the classical mechanics, with our department. What are the rules? What is the syllabus? How the teaching is done? What are the compulsions? Yes. Should I take a name now instead of asking in general? The silence shows that you don't understand anything. Sanchita Kadam left the meeting. म्हणजे काहीच कळत नाही का क्लासिकल मेकॅनिक्स?
कळते मॅम.
मग काहीतरी बोला ना. Yes, any student. It is not necessary to speak in English. You can say in any language, which I understand. I can understand English, Marathi, and Hindi. So you can speak in any language that we don't understand this point, like this, if you want to speak. Yes, Mayuri Ingavde, Muskan Patel, Deepa Khyade, Aarti, Apurva. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am. कळतंय.
Yes, any problem? I'm just asking a easy question. Whether you're having any problem for my teaching?
No, ma'am.
No ma'am.
Anyone, if you're having a problem, you can ask. See, I'm not going to do anything. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपको punishment मिलेगा and all this thing. This is only from ourselves only, no? So that we can improve the things. Okay, hoping that you're not having a doubt. Actually, आपका silence ऐसे बता रहा है कि आपको कुछ नहीं समझ में आता है classical mechanics. But you are saying yes, we understand. So, assuming that I would continue. But if still those who are having any doubt about my teaching about the classical mechanics, you can tell me personally on a WhatsApp itself that we don't have we have some problems about this. You can tell us. अगर यहाँ पे बोलोगे तो अब वो सभी चीजें हम easily discuss कर सकते हैं. And we can improve our communication, so that the whatever syllabus is taught to you will be easy for you for your future also. Okay, let us go for the third version of Euler-Lagrange's theorem. Okay, what we have seen in the first and second, can anyone explain me what we have seen in the first and second? What we have seen for the first and second version. काय आहे Euler-Lagrange's theorem? Okay. Let us go for the third version. Your silence shows that you are not getting anything for the classical mechanics. That's why I'm asking you. सबने बोला कि हाँ समझ में आता है. So you should at least tell us what we have seen the Euler-Lagrange theorem for the first and second version. Now let us go for the third version. Derive the Euler-Lagrange theorem. Derive Euler-Lagrange equation satisfying by, or we can say satisfied by 4 times differentiable function, 4 times differentiable function y of x, which extremizes the integral, which extremizes the integral integration x1 to x2 f of x y dash y double dash dx. Okay. Derive the Euler-Lagrange equation satisfied by 4 times differentiable function y of x, which extremizes the integral under the condition that both y and y dash are prescribed the in values. That is, y of x1 is y1 and y of x2 is y2. Okay. Under the condition that both y and y dash are prescribed at the in values x1 and x2. Okay. So this is what the statement given to us. Now we want to prove the result that now here it is given that it is not only the function of x, y, y dash. Up to now we have seen for the first one. For the first version we have seen that f is a function of x, y, y dash. What we have seen for the second version, f is a function of x, y, y1, y2, y3 up to so on yn, y dash, y1 dash, y2 dash, y3 dash up to yn dash, like that. Okay, let me show you. Integral I is a function of x, y, y dash. It is a first version. For the second version, we have seen f is a function of x. Here we can say yi and yi dash. You can write them as a for I running for 1 to up to so on n. That is x, y1, y2 up to so on yn, y1 dash, y2 dash, y3 dash up to so on yn dash. Okay. So in this way we can have. Now we have to see the third version. समजताय का difference काय आहे first, second, third version मध्ये?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here instead of x, y, y dash, we have x, y, y dash and y double dash. Those who remember, those who actually attend the lecture, they can understand. Here in the first statement, in the first version, it was written that satisfied by 2 times differentiable function. But here now it is written that satisfied by 4 times differentiable function. That you will come to know later on. क्योंकि अगर आपने 2 times के लिए स्टडी किया है तो वहाँ पे आपका डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन क्या था, डो एफ बाय dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash. So here we have a 2 differentiation, d by dx and with respect to y dash also. So that's why we can have now it is 4 times differentiable function. Okay, now we are discussing for the 4 times differentiable function. Okay, that you will come to know how the differential equation look like. Okay, this is what the statement. Now let us go for the proof itself. Again we'll go for the construction first. You should remember the steps and then no need to by heart the things. Okay, पूरे के पूरे 6 versions को by heart करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Simply in any of the paper you should just remember the steps, what is the theme, what is given, what we want to prove. Given और prove करने के बीच में जो भी आपका gap है वो आपको कैसे fill up करना है with the help of a steps. If you remember the step, no need to by heart the things. Okay. So here again we have to draw a construction. Let P and Q be the any 2 points and they can be joined in infinitely many ways. Let P with the coordinate x1, y1. This is what the collection of all the possible path from P to Q. Y of x alpha is y of x0 plus alpha times eta of x, where eta of x is continuously differentiable function satisfying the condition eta of x1 is equals to eta of x2 is equal to 0, which ensures that all the path starts from P and ends to Q. That is, all the paths are passing from P to Q. Okay. Now here the construction is now like this, and we have been provided that the integral I is integration from x1 to x2 f of x y y dash and y double dash dx. Okay. Now here let P and Q be the any two points in xy plane. Consider the integral between the 2 points. Now we want to find out the extremum value of this integral. Okay. Now here let me name it as some equation number 1, where now the 2 points P and Q can be joined in infinitely many ways. Can be joined in infinitely many ways. Can be joined in infinitely many ways. Now we shall look for the path along which the value of integral I is extremum. Okay. Now what is our aim to find out? We shall look for the path for which value of integral I is a extremum. What do you mean by extremum? It is either minimum or maximum. Okay, now we shall look for the path for which the value of integral I is a extremum. Now, out of all the possible paths P to Q, let us denote y of x0 be the correct path. That is, we can say the path chosen for the equation along which the value of integral I is extremum. Is a path, we can say it is a correct path for which the value of integral I is extremum. For which the value of integral I is a extremum. Now let us name it as some equation number 2. Okay, y of x0 is a correct path. Now what is that correct path for which the value of integral I is a extremum? Now we have to find out a condition satisfied by y of x. To find out the condition satisfied by y of x, we have to find out the condition satisfied by y of x. We will label all the possible paths. Now here we will label all the possible paths. Y of x alpha will be equal to y of x0 plus alpha times eta of x, which is, we can say, equation number 3, and y dash of x alpha is equals to y dash of x0 plus alpha eta dash of x, where alpha is what? A parameter. For different values of alpha we get a different curve. What is alpha? Alpha is a parameter. For different values of alpha we get a different curve. For different values of alpha we get a different curve. For alpha equal to 0 we get equation number 2, that is a correct path. C is equal to y of x0. Okay. Now alpha is a parameter such that we are going to say that alpha is equal to 0. It coincides with our equation number 2. For different values of alpha we are getting a different curve. That is what our thing want to say. Na? From P to Q there are infinitely many ways. That infinitely many ways can be described with the different values of alpha. Now what is our eta of x? Here eta of x is a continuous differentiable function which satisfy the condition eta of x1 is equals to eta of x2 equal to 0. Now let me name it as some equation 4. Now all these condition ensures that eta of x1 equal to eta of x2 equal to 0, that all the paths are starting from P and ends to Q. कि अगर आप इस इक्वेशन 3 में अगर x1 का वैल्यू पुटअप करते हो तो क्या मिलेगा आपको इक्वेशन y ऑफ x1 अल्फा इज इक्वल्स टू y ऑफ x1 कॉमा 0 plus alpha times eta of x1. Eta of x1 equal to 0 ensures that all the paths are starting from P and ends to Q. Okay, or we can say all the paths are passing through the 2 points P and Q. This condition ensures that all the paths are passing through the point P and Q. Okay, now the value given in integral 1 can be written with the equation 2, that is integration 1 can be written with the equation number 3, that is with the help of all the possible paths. Okay, this is whatever equation 3, y of x alpha is equals to y of x0 plus alpha times eta of x, and y dash of x alpha is equals to y dash of x0 plus alpha times eta of x. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to find out our equation 1 with the help of equation 3. That is, we are writing our integral 1 with the help of all these conditions. Okay, yes, everyone, can anyone write down? Yes, everyone have to write down this. जैसे मैंने पहले लिखा था, अगर आपको याद है तो लिखना चाहिए. Okay, you should write down and tell me how it is written. सांगा कसं लिहिणार आहे equation 1 with the help of equation 3. That is integral 1 we are writing with the help of all the possible paths starting from P and ends to Q. Again, there is silence. That means you haven't studied Euler's Lagrange's equation first and second version. No, easy है क्यों? I don't know whether what is the problem actually. All the lectures are available on the YouTube also. Notes are given. That is also two notes are given. One is handwritten notes of myself and another is handwritten notes of Tenge madam. Again, there is complete silence. Is it so difficult whatever I have written here? क्या बोला था मैंने आपको इक्वेशन 1 यू हैव टू राइट डाउन विद द हेल्प ऑफ इक्वेशन 3. हाँ, पुढची स्टेप काय आता? We want to find out the extremum value of integral I, which can be find out with the help of finding first derivative and equating dou I by dou alpha equal to 0. Then only we can find out this, okay? So first we'll find out dou I by dou alpha, then we'll equate it to 0. Or we can do simultaneously dou I by dou alpha is equals to, what is the value of this integration? You have to keep it as it is, integration x1 to x2. Yes, now derivative of f with respect to x with respect to alpha, plus next derivative f with respect to y, derivative y with respect to alpha, plus derivative f with respect to y dash, and derivative y dash with respect to alpha, plus next term derivative f with respect to y double dash, derivative y double dash with respect to alpha, right? Now here we can see that x is an independent variable, x is not a function of alpha, so hence derivative of x with respect to alpha is equals to 0. So hence now we can equate it to 0, dou I by dou alpha equating to 0, that is if you equate the first derivative to 0, then only you can find out the extreme now. Barabar na? What is the value of dou I by dou alpha from these equation? We have this equation dou y. What is dou y by dou alpha?
Eta of x.
Okay. If you are going to differentiate with respect to alpha, there is no term of alpha in the first term, it is 0. Now if you differentiate with respect to alpha, we get it simply eta of x. Now similarly, we have to find out the derivative of next equations with respect to alpha. Okay, that is derivative of y dash, that is y dash with respect to alpha is eta dash of x. Then derivative of y double dash with respect to alpha is eta double dash of x. So here we can write down simply it is eta of x plus next term derivative of f with respect to y dash is eta dash of x plus derivative of f with respect to y double dash is eta double dash of x and dx. Hence integration x1 to x2. Now we have to find out the integration of second and third term. We cannot do anything for the first term because as we don't know a function f, we cannot find out the integration. Now we can find out the integration of second and third term with using integration by parts. With respect to y, eta of x dx as it is, plus next term we have to evaluate the integration by parts. Using integration by parts to the second and third term. Lihasa. Using integration by parts to the second and third term. Okay. At least you should write down the notes once without looking so that it will be useful for future. Don't assume that you are going for MCQ exam. That is okay. हाँ अगर आपको जॉब वगैरह कुछ नहीं करना है तो that is okay. Now let us find out the integration of the second term. So for the integration of second term, we'll keep dou f by dou y dash as it is. Derivative eta dash is eta of x within the limit x1 to x2 minus the integration of derivative first term, derivative of f with respect to y dash and this eta of x as it is and the integration of whole term. ये हमने सिर्फ सेकेंड टर्म के लिए इवेलुएट किया प्लस नेक्स्ट टर्म यू हैव टू इवेलुएट अगेन यू कैन पुट डो एफ by dou y double dash as it is integration of eta double dash is eta dash of x within the limit x1 to x2 minus the integration of derivative of the first term that is dou f by dou y double dash and this eta dash of x dx. Okay, equal to 0 already it is. Which everyone understood the step? Now you can see the value of eta of x at x1 and x2 equal to 0, and value of eta dash of x1 obviously at x1 and x2 will be 0. So that's why these two terms will be equal to 0. And b remains with the first term as it is, integration x1 to x2 dou f by dou y eta of x dx, plus first term is 0 here, second term is 0, minus the integration with respect to x1 to x2, integration within limit x1 to x2 dou f by dou y dash eta of x dx, plus next term ये वाला term भी 0 हो गया, right? And b remains with minus the integration on. Now here also eta dash of x is there. Now again I can use the integration by parts. Okay, so first term as it is, that is d by dx of dou f by dou y double dash as it is, right? Integration of eta dash is eta of x minus, again same term we have to write down with again derivative of the first term, that is d by dx, और d by dx क्या हो जाएगा, d2 by dx to dou f by dou y double dash, and then here we have eta of x, right? Integration of the second term dx. ओके, अगर ये माइनस माइनस हो जाएगा तो यहाँ पे प्लस हो जाएगा इक्वल टू 0. कळालं का सगळ्यांना इंटिग्रेशन? Again there is silence. Okay, dou f by dou y eta of x dx minus this term we can keep it as it is, integration x1 to x2 dou f by dou y dash eta of x dx, right? Now again you can see value of eta of x at x1 to x2 is equal to 0, so this whole term will be equal to 0. बरोबर? Again we get plus, ये minus minus plus हो गया था, so integration x1 to x2 d2 by dx2 dou f by dou y double dash eta of x dx equal to 0. Okay, now here again what we have to do, the same procedure we have to do, that we have to take the common terms, integration eta of x dx, integration eta of x dx, integration eta of x dx common, and remaining terms will write in the bracket dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash plus d2 by dx2 dou f by dou y double dash eta of x dx equal to 0, integration within the limit x1 to x2. Okay, now again you can use integration g of x eta of x equal to 0 within the limit x1 to x2 on the condition if g of x we want to say equal to 0, we should have eta of x1 equal to eta of x2 equal to 0. It implies that g of x is 0. Here we have both the condition. ये आपका g of x है, g of x into eta of x equal to 0. आहे का तो using basic lemma of calculus of variation. We have seen the basic lemma of calculus of variation by derivative as well as by delta notation. आठवते का? Basic lemma of calculus of variation. Basic lemma of calculus of variation we have seen. Now here, with the help of basic lemma of calculus of variation, we can say g of x is 0. That is dou f by dou y minus d by dx of dou f by dou y dash plus d2 by dx2 dou f by dou y double dash equal to 0. Okay, this is what the Euler-Lagrange's equation. Now you can see here y is a 4 times differentiable function. Initially it was given in our equation. We can see in the statement of this where y of x is a 4 times differentiable function. Now you can see what is the difference in these three equation. Okay, first equation आला होता ते काय होता equation? Integration of a function x y y dash. त्याला काय आला होता equation f with respect to y minus d by dx of f with respect to y dash equal to 0. Next it was integration of fx y1 y2 up to so on yn and y1 dash y2 dash up to so on yn dash. What was the equation we have found for this is dou f by dou yi minus d by dx of dou f by dou yi dash equal to 0, right? Just now we have found integration of the term f is a function of x, y dash and y triple dash. So what is the change now? Now the change is f with respect to y minus d by dx of equation d by dx of f with respect to y dash d2 by dx to f with respect to y double dash. Okay. So in this way, now we can generalize the concept that if x is a function of y, y dash and y triple dash and so on, that is if f is a function of x, y, y dash, y double dash, y triple dash up to so on ym, that is integration of this function. Now we can write down the corresponding equation, chi-SL equation dou f by dou y minus d by dx of f with respect to y dash plus next term क्या होगा plus d2 by dx to f with respect to y double dash बरोबर minus next term minus होगा plus minus and so on minus 1 raised to m. Now what is the change? dm by dx raised to m f with respect to ym equal to 0. Okay. समजते का नाही काहीतरी हो तरी म्हणा नाही तरी म्हणा yes no at least you can say this one. Okay, if you're not having a doubt you can leave the meeting. Thank you.